not ngoba manje ususila. Yeah, they want to make interest. That is why I always tell people, start with a split strategy. Don't be aggressive in your approach. All right? Start with a split. You know, say, let's say I'm paying half 15, I'm paying half month end. Let me show you this. Because people always wonder, how does this work? And all those sort of things. Where is this? Okay. All right? This one, this is a East Coast radio thing. You know, this is why people always talk about these things. Nina, in your radio stations, we talk about Ugloya, but this is an English radio, East Coast radio in Devon, you know. So this is the last year, October. They are actually teaching their people the same thing of what? Of splitting your bond. All right? Obviously, the bank will usually give you 20 years to repay your loan. If you stick to paying for 20 years, that means you will buy a house for a bank, a house for you, and additional interest. But here, there are several ways. When you change the arrangement to split your monthly installment, for instance, if your bond is 5,000, you can ask the bank to deduct 2.5 the last day of the month and the other 2.5 on the 15th. Within 30 days, you will have still paid 5,000. Some people split into 4, paying the bank weekly. And I've got a number of clients who are paying bank weekly. I'm assisting them to speak the language that the bank will want to hear. You understand? That's the most important thing that you actually need to get right. All right? So, why do you split your interest? It's because your bond. It's because interest is added daily, ne? So, almost split. It means le mali efike yangena. Yenze njani? Le esingenile isiya reduce ini kwibond yakho. Ngicabanga ukuthi uyayithola. Ukuze uyizwisiseke, let me run a spreadsheet. All right? I will run a spreadsheet, a real one that shows you the results of different amortization. And the more we tolerate, right? So we about how things works. Alright. Okay. Instead of paying 7,000, you actually split 3.5, 3.5. Just to make an example. So you can see here the interest added daily is 192,078. This is a daily interest that is consolidated come the end of the month. So we are going to see this is the beginning of the month, and then here is the 15th, and the 3.6 was paid 15, and we are going to interest daily was 192, but after 50% is paid on the 15, say 191. Yeah, it's all. Decrease in 1 rand. We split into 2 can save you 2 years of interest. You are still paying the same amount. It's just that you divide it into 2. On the 15th, you pay the half. Another month end, you pay another half. In total, 20 years, you subtract 2 years of interest. All right? So that means by splitting, you can finish your bond in 18 years rather than 20. Paying same amount without additionals. When you are doing additionals, it's even very much better. It means ukuthi ebhenke manje ubabamba nge-touch line. Hamba nabo straight. Asibuye lesizini. Come the end of the month, another 3.6 added. I'm sure you born. Another 3.6 is added. So now we see a move from 191 to 185. You see, this is the same. If ever you didn't split your bond repayment into 2, it means your interest will have stayed at 192. So going down to 195, it makes a whole lot of what? Of difference. You may see it as a small money because you are now saving 7 rand per day. But that 7 rand per day times 30 or times 15 every month, it makes a whole lot of different because every rand goes a long way. So that is a way of doing what? That is the way of splitting into two, as others can do it in a weekly format. You understand? But how do you get the banks to agree? Because they know, they can see you if ever you are talking about something you are also not sure. You understand? They will actually sense that we are. So that is why now we are actually fortifying you with all the skills to get what you want. And anyone, tell even your friends that you are not getting, you're not going to get this with the banks unless you sit with us here to give you all the secrets. That's all. All right. So now we will move Hule's 2. If ever is split, but when those additionals, maybe it can be different strategy of paying off your bond with an aim of minimizing interest. But this one I'm showing you now is where you are paying your bond by splitting your bond repayments to daily payments. If your bond repayments are actually, let's say 7,000, you divide 7,000 by 31, meaning that every day you will be paying those smaller amounts scheduled to be actually paid daily. Remember this, if you are doing payments like that, always make sure that your banks, and you check on your app that that money actually is allocated. If you do additional payments, there is actually a chance that the bank may set that money aside if you do not instruct them what to do. So let's go to daily ones. So if you look here, this is the daily payments that is actually added here. This is just automatically scheduled payments from your app. You schedule all the dates that every day it pays this amount of money. Okay. So what happens next is that as you pay this 200 every day, then your daily interest goes down by few cents. You can see it was standing in 210.95. The next day, the interest added is no longer 210.95, is 210.87. So there's a smaller cents difference, but what matters the most, you are still paying same amount come the end of the month, but the interest is actually decreasing by having these payments. And then someone will ask, because you have to compare between two things. How much is your scheduled payments charge you compare to how much in terms of interest going down? Obviously, small amount because it's just internet. Internet banking is very or quite cheaper. But you must also consider that. As the day goes by, you can see that as we go down to the day number 15, is now down to 209 rand from 210 rand 95. Interest added. You understand? Until the end of okay, here there was no interest added here, and then it go back to 10 rand 74, and then you continue, it also goes down like that. So you compare between two things. You can see that even if you are doing, because this one is from apps, if you are doing your daily payments that are actually scheduled automatically on your app, it does make a lot of difference when it comes to saving that daily interest. Obviously, interest was 210, but now it's 209, meaning that every day you pay, it goes down. And when it comes the end of the month, they will actually consolidate this interest. It will be lesser than if ever you were just paying